Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and welcome to the first episode of the Mentally Emancipated Podcast. I am your host, Kiara Monet, born and raised in Charleston, South Carolina. I am a scholar, a mother, and a lover. I created this podcast for many reasons, but the two most important to me would be first, that I absolutely love to learn, and second would be my pure love for not only my people, but all people. I feel like love and learning go hand in hand. So those two reasons are what birthed the Mentally Emancipated Podcast. I wanted to create a safe space where we could all learn together, where you could come get inspired, where we can build and support our communities. There is so much genuine love and intention behind this platform. I pray you all love it as much as I love you. You'll learn about me more as time goes on. But today, we have a special guest. Our first guest, to be exact. A queen who wears many crowns. She is a child prodigy, a prolific author, a poet, a mother and wife, the recipient of the 2006 Rosa Parks Awards, a creative genius, the oracle, the author and owner of the Matrix and Terminator 1 and 2. I came all the way to Las Vegas, Nevada to meet the Sophia Stewart. Yay!
So I'm going to say that I'm the creator and owner of the Matrix and Terminator film franchises.
Okay.
Yeah, I own both of the franchises.
Okay. Well, let's get that
and
straight.
I own all of the movies.
Oh.
Yes.
Let's get that straight. We're going to get into all of that.
Yeah, it's okay. The Third Eye book, copyrighted book and copyrighted script is where it all began.
Mm-hmm.
Was adapted into those derivative films.
Well, they don't know, but I do know. So I'm excited. Well, before we get started, I am excited. I'm honored to have you. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, for the timing. I'm glad things have aligned this way.
Yes, I'm glad to have me here on your show today. I'm really appreciative of that.
Yeah. Well, before we get started. Before we get started, I would love to give you guys a backstory on how this interview came about. So maybe a year ago, I bought the Third Eye book from Miss Sophia Stewart online. I was pregnant, and about 2 years into my spiritual self-awareness journey, and honestly, anything I find on the internet before I, take it in, I like to look it up. I like to fact check and everything. And I saw a clip of Sophia in an interview just basically talking about how she wrote The Matrix and it was stolen from her and everything. And that sent me down a rabbit hole, which led me to her social media where I bought her book, The Third Eye, which is the start of it all, why we are here today. Fast forward to this year, a couple months ago, I was going to buy the rest of her books, the last two books that she had on her website, but I could not find the website to save my life. So I just got a spontaneous thought that maybe if I emailed the email that sent me the ebooks, just maybe I could get some answers on where I could find the rest of the books. And I did, and thank God I did, because she contacted me back directly, and now we are here today. So like I said, definitely divine. I am so grateful. I am still in awe. I'm sure it'll all settle in after this is done, but just want to say again, I am so honored to be here with you today.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I want people to know that 5 of my, at least 3 or 4 of my websites have been hacked.
Right.
That's why you couldn't find it. And I'm currently building another new website.
Right.
So that's a lot of people. Still, a lot of people find me because I'm on all of the social network, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of them. Excuse me, Twitter's, X. I'm there.
Okay.
Well, so you can find me.
Yes. And we will have all of that at the end of where you can find her at the end of this interview. But let's get into why these people want to hack her. Why all this controversy is behind the Sophia Stewart. So let's get started by telling the people who Sophia Stewart is.
Well, first of all, I wanted people to know that while I was at USC, I wrote the Matrix and Terminator, the copyrighted Third Eye Matrix and Terminator book, and a copyrighted script. And I was looking for George Lucas because I saw Star Wars when I was a kid and growing up in New York. And it said on the screen credit that Lucas was over at 20th Century Fox.
Right.
So I was looking for him, and of course I got in touch with them and sent my copyrighted book and copyrighted script over. And I heard from a vice president. That's something you never get to hear from, a vice president,
Right.
Susan Mesbach. And she was just blown away by my work. And she asked me if I had any more written on it, and I told her I was still working on some other new material. And she said, well, when you get it, send it to us. But never mentioned Lucas at all. Then next thing I know, I was looking through a magazine, and I saw the Wachowski brothers. They had an ad in the paper where they were, of course, looking for a comic book. They wanted a science fiction manuscript or book or whatever you have so they could do a comic book. And so I sent them the book, the script, the graphics, the characters, the special effects, the concept, the whole nine. And I didn't know anything was going on until actually March the 31st, 1999, when I saw my work on the screen. I was like, wow. I told my date at that time, I wrote that.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? I said, I wrote that. So I got in touch with the legal department at Warner Brothers, because on the screen credit you see Warner Brothers. And they were waiting for me. You know why? Because I had copyrights to the book and the script, and you can pull up the copyrights in my name, and it'll tell you my address, Riverdale, the Bronx, the Boogie Down in New York City, because I'm a New Yorker. And so they knew where I was and everything. They were waiting for me, and they offered me $7 million for my copyrights to The Matrix and the Terminator. $7 million. Well, Schwarzenegger offered me actually $5 million for the Terminator, but Warner Brothers offered me $7 million for The Matrix, which are worth billions of dollars.
Right.
But they, this was in 1999, because Matrix came out March the 31st, 1999, of course. So I turned it down, and that's why I own the copyrights, and that's why I own the Matrix and Terminator film franchises.
I know that's right.
That's right.
Okay, so she just basically gave us like a whole rundown of from the beginning to the end, because I remember reading about Schwarzenegger offering you, was he the governor at that time?
Yeah,
that was
no, he wasn't
right
the governor
before.
yet.
Oh, okay.
He was just the big star, the Terminator himself.
Okay.
I had made him super rich, super famous, playing the bad guy, the Terminator. He ran under O.J. Simpson to get the part. Yeah, because they're my mother and father's age.
Right.
Schwarzenegger and O.J. Simpson.
Okay. So, well, let's go back even further. I'm going to just tell you the research I've been doing, and the timeline. I kind of put everything in a little timeline. So, yeah, you just take us. Let's just get started, okay?
Okay, you ask any questions you want.
Yeah.
I'll accommodate you.
Okay, so you were born and raised in New York City.
I'm from New York.
New York? How was that?
Boogie Down and Manhattan.
Manhattan?
Boogie Down means the Boogie Down Bronx, J-Lo.
Okay.
Diddy, DMX, New
Right.
Rochelle, all of them come, Jay-Z.
Okay.
We're all New Yorkers,
Yeah.
Nas, LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Just to name a few of what everybody knows who they are, but they're New Yorkers, so
Right.
we're all New Yorkers, so yeah.
Yeah, I think people from New York have a specific type of confidence. You can see New York. I don't know. I just,
Well, you
from
know
my
why?
personal
Because
experience.
we grew up in the most communication city in the world, New York City. All information is filtered through New York. So we're latchkey kids. We're out going to Philly, going to Jersey.
Right.
We're everywhere. The East Orange roller rink, we're everywhere. But we're in bunches, maybe 10 or 12 of us, or
Right.
12 or 13. Sometimes it can be a gang, of 17 of us, but we all got each other's back, and we're out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I read that at the age of 3, you got hit between your eyes by your brother's bow and arrow, and it started your
Well,
spiritual.
yeah, it. You can see the little prick where he had a little rubber bow and arrow that he got for Christmas,
Hmm.
and I don't know, he got devious and put a stick in there and a little sharp stick, and it just kind of stuck me a little bit, and I bled a little bit, but
Hmm.
I was technically not hurt, but it opened up my third eye.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know this, but the Tibetan monks, that's actually how they open up the third eye. They get a little wedge stick, and they open up the monks that oversee, you know, that's watching out for anybody coming in with any devious. Their third eye can detect any of that.
Okay. So how did that change the trajectory of your life? Well, I know you were only 3, but like you said, it started your spiritual experiences. So how was childhood?
Oh, my childhood was great. I was reading and writing prolifically at 3 years old.
Mm.
So I'm a polymath,
Hmm.
a prodigy. We're mathematicians.
Hmm.
Like geniuses are different types from us, but polymaths or prodigies are people like the little girl that you read about 12 years old. She gets a college degree,
Right.
and then she goes and start working for NASA, like you saw in the movie Hidden Figures.
Hmm.
They were prodigies or polymath. They're the ones that got the rockets flying and stuff like that because
Hmm.
of mathematics. The movie Hidden Figures. Remember they
Yep.
hitting all those women that were melanated women who really started all of that.
Hmm.
Well, you hear about these prodigies all the time. A little boy that's in college and he's maybe 14, 15,
Hmm.
and everybody else is like older and stuff like that. Like I skipped high school. I took the New York Regents and they gave me the high school diploma, and I went in and got a degree in journalism, a degree in law.
Hmm. That was my next question. But being that you already answered that one, how did how old were you when you went to that was the University of New York?
Oh, when I went
When
to
you
the City
passed it?
University of New York.
Okay.
Well, how old are you when you get out of grade school?
I would think like 13 maybe.
Hey,
You
when
said
you
junior high,
well, I
right?
didn't do high school,
Right. So is that
so I just went to grade school and elementary.
so was you going to
Elementary,
classes like on campus? Like
of
you
course,
Oh,
because we looked a lot older in New York.
right.
Let me tell you, we didn't have to have any IDs. We were going into bars and everything until Ronald Reagan in the 80s said that we have to have IDs.
Right.
So when I was at USC, everything changed for us when he said we have to have IDs, and we couldn't get in if you didn't have an ID. But everybody, they fixed that. We got our own older brothers and sisters' IDs.
Right.
Still got in.
Yeah, I could definitely relate.
Nothing stopped us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So okay, so personally, I went to college at 16. I was 16 when I went to college. I graduated. I skipped kindergarten and I graduated high school a year early. So like 2 grades of my natural. I personally felt like I was so mature, but I do feel like me being advanced gave me like a little age insecurity.
Oh,
Did
really?
you experience that?
No.
No.
I was a bookworm when, like, say, we were in elementary or grade school and everybody's playing, everybody's like hollering and screaming at me, come on, because I'm reading everything. If there's a newspaper or magazine, I'll pick it up and start reading it. And when
Right.
everybody wants to play, come on, put that book down, put that magazine, put that newspaper, and come on and let's play. I don't know, I just felt the need to read.
Mm-hmm.
So I was reading everything.
Okay.
So I didn't feel any nervousness or anything.
So how did your family like? Did you have a really supportive family during that time?
My whole family is going to blow your mind. They're military and law enforcement. I'm the only exception. They're all military and law enforcement. Nothing else. Either they went into the military or they did the law enforcement or they did both. One, or their wives were military or law enforcement. So I was the odd one. I did not want to be either or. I wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor so I could heal and help people. That was my feelings. I wanted to help people.
Okay. Yeah, same. Still, that's still resonate with that. Okay, so you got your bachelor's in communications at the University of New York, and journalism major,
The
law,
City University of New York.
City University of New York.
CUNY. They call it CUNY
Okay.
because it's the City University of New York.
Okay, so that's different from the University of New York, or
Yeah,
there's
they're two different things.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And USC, but they're both USC and City University. Both are universities.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So immediately after graduating from the City University of New York, you went to the University of Southern California?
Yeah, USC, Trojan. I'm a
Right. So,
Trojan.
but straight out of like, was it back to back?
No, straight away.
Okay.
Yeah, right away. One of my boyfriends was a superstar, super pro football player, Anthony Davis. And so that was his school, SC, but he was older, and he wanted me to go to his school, so that's why I got to go to USC.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you were the intern for PBS, that was in between. That was at.
Well, that was when I was at City University of New York, CUNY, CUNY. What happened was one of the students came in and told us they were working for television. And, okay, that blew our minds. I fell in love instantly. I wanted to work for television, and so I just went a little bit, wow.
Right.
So I had a choice, two choices. I could have worked for PBS, or I could have worked for another one, another channel, but I chose PBS because there was a lot of astute people, a lot of wealthy people who actually watched PBS. And I got to work with the Oscar award-winning producer, Perry Miller-Dado. She won her first Oscar with Dylan Thomas, a documentary on this, this scholar, author. And so I got to work with somebody super, and she lived in Connecticut right next to the late Paul Newman, the actor, and his wives and kids. Yeah.
Well, so it was a good experience.
It was a great experience. And I did really good work, and she loved that. And I told her that I was going to leave, and she asked me why. And I said, because I want to be you. Look, she was an Oscar award producer.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that really blew her mind, and she loved it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody telling you they want to be you, you're successful, won your first Oscar on a documentary? And so she let me go. And that's when I went to USC. And
beautiful.
I never thought that the Matrix and Terminator would be billion-dollar franchises, because you never think that your work is going to become a big brand, big name brand with 2 to 3 billion fans globally. You just never think about stuff like that.
Right.
All you think about is, hey, I want to do something. I want to help people. I want to help the world.
Right.
Yeah, and our teachers, we had some very extraordinary teachers, and I was taught law by some of the most brilliant Brooklyn and Manhattan attorneys, some of them that was already in the news, super cases, super famous. So I had some of the best teachers, and not college professors that taught theory. So it was all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, I used to watch PBS as a kid. Like, it was just cool to know that, you had an internship with PBS. I know, like, Cyber Chase and Clifford and, little things. I was young, but, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you kind of understand why I chose PBS.
Right, yeah, big network. Yeah. So, while at USC, you started writing The Third
Matrix
Eye.
and the Terminator. The
Right.
book that you see right there, The Third Eye, that was where it all began. And the copyrighted book and the copyrighted script. Since I already was prolific in law, I knew to copyright my work and copyright my script. So it was I already owned The Matrix and Terminator from the beginning, because my book and script was adapted into those derivative films that everybody loves and see on TVs. It's just like I'm the mother and I have 2 or 3 kids. They're derivatives of the source. I'm the source. So the book and the script are the source. And the movies, they're nothing but, derivatives.
Okay. The Third Eye was written from 1980. You started writing The Third Eye in 1981, and you finished it in 1980.
I was through with everything by February the 2nd, 84.
Mm-hmm.
See, the movie Terminator did not come out till October the 26th, 1984. Terminator didn't come out till March the 31st, 1999. But what I did was wrote one epic story. Terminator is the prequels or the beginning of that epic story, and it goes into the future Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So the Matrix is the future, Terminator is the beginning. And it's time travel, past, present, and future time travel, where the Terminator hears the Oracle's prophecy that a baby is going to destroy the machines, the AI, while they're trying to oppress and dominate the people, that this baby is going to be born that's going to grow up and destroy them. And they found out that Sarah Connor is going to be the mother of that baby.
Mm-hmm.
So the Terminator knows he has to time travel to the past to kill Sarah Connor. Now, Kyle Reese is one of the rebels that is battling the machines like other rebels or during the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows that he has to save her. So he time travel, and they both land naked without shame, meaning that just like when you come to a Matrix room,
Right.
Matrix is a 7,000-year-old Latin word for the woman Stargate or portal to bring babies into this physical domain called the earth.
Right.
You cannot get here unless you come through the womb, the Matrix. Matrix, Exodus 34th chapter, 19th verse. God says, he who opens the Matrix, including the female animals, are his children, three-dimensional beings. Do you see what I'm talking about? But Matrix is mentioned 5 times in the King James's Bible, 3 times in Exodus, 2 times in Numbers. So it's very important, the Matrix, because that is a portal to bring the babies in. And so what happens is when they time travel, Kyle Reese is trying to protect her, but he inadvertently falls in love with her,
Right.
gets her pregnant, and he has to go back to the future from where he came from. He can't stay in the past.
Right.
Now she's pregnant. It's the Immaculate Conception. Was she in bed with a spirit? What happened to this guy? But their love is in the Matrix womb. The baby shows it that it's proof that he did exist.
Right.
And so that's why you see the Terminator trying to kill the mother, then trying to kill the teenager, and then trying to kill the young male child who doesn't know what's going on because he's not consciously aware. But the rebels hide him out until he reaches 30 years of age when the rebellion started, the revolution. Then, of course, they take him to Morpheus to train him how to fight the machines, and Morpheus take him to the Oracle so the Oracle can watch him on his journey to defeat and advise him to defeat the machines.
Right. Okay.
Terminator and Matrix.
Terminator and Matrix. And we haven't even gotten to the Terminator and Matrix section, the movie sections of the outline yet. So, but as for the Third Eye manuscript, before we actually get into the manuscript itself, the Third Eye manuscript was dedicated to your kids. First is
Tasha and Paris.
Yep, dedicated to my children, Tasha and Paris, who are my heart and soul.
Yes.
So before we get into that, I do want to ask you about motherhood. Where did that in your timeline this far? Like, when did how? Can you tell us about your kids? Can you tell us about your motherhood experience?
I was married 3 times. I was married. 2 of my marriages were teenage marriages in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So, being a teenager, there's nothing to tell.
Right.
My 3rd marriage is more, something to tell because I'm an adult at the 3rd time I'm marrying.
Right.
But when you're teenagers, it's you think you're in love.
Right.
But everything was fine. Had no problems with that. Got a divorce early on, and just like I said, was at USC. But the one who inspired me for the Neo character was Muhammad Ali.
Right. That was the second part of the dedication.
I was engaged to marry him. I was with him when he was 38 years old, and I thought that was really old because all of his wives were
You said you
very
were
young.
engaged
Yes, I was engaged to marry him,
to
Muhammad
Muhammad
Ali, when he
Ali.
was 38 years old.
I don't think I have caught that in one of these interviews thus far. I do
Oh
not
yeah,
think so. I knew for I have the comparison when you icon to Muhammad, his moves,
yeah. Well, Muhammad Ali
everything.
was the character of the one.
Wow, I thought this was just
He
the love for him as a, like that's what I thought the inspiration came from. Just, because a lot of people love Muhammad Ali for his activism, his
But he
fighting.
was a superhero.
Oh my God.
A superhero, a melanated superhero, where people just loved him from all over the world.
Right.
And we were all in the news. You can go to the archives and see pictures of us and read about us, because I was with him from 1980 to 1983
Wow.
while I was at USC.
I am appalled.
Oh yeah,
I love it though.
He was the reason for the Neo character.
Right. And but
You
see,
gotta
I'm
realize
thinking that
I wrote it while I was at USC, and I used to work for the studios, Columbia Pictures, which is on the lot of Warner Brothers.
right.
So I already knew vice presidents and studio people and celebrities and Motown, the Silvers, the Jacksons, the
Right.
DeBarges. They were all friends of mine.
Yeah, I got a note down about a connection that you had through Janet Jackson getting you
I wrote her first feature film scripts.
Yeah.
The Jacksons are the ones who discovered me.
Wow. This is
The late
amazing.
Joe Jackson and I went to the 2015 Oscars where he told the media. He introduced me to the media and told the media that he was the one. They were the ones who actually introduced me to to the whole world.
That's
Yes.
beautiful. A lot of powerful people, powerful connections.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They had a lot of power. Motown.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie's daughter, Sophia Richie, is named after me. The Commodores, I was friends with all of them. Susan the Paz, Smokey and his wife, then Claudette, who he's married to, the Gordys, Hazel Gordy, Iris Gordy, friends of mine. Denise Gordy used to be married to Richard Larson, that was married to Beyonce's mother. A lot of people knew me.
Right.
Yes.
And that's my main I feel like I can't say, I felt like too many people didn't know about you, but the point of me wanting to host you, wanting to is to continue justice first, but also for younger generations, for my generation, Gen Z, the people in the South who you don't come up when they type in the Matrix, like our algorithms are totally different. This is why I want to bring, just to keep the story alive.
I got 100 million fans just in my name alone, but 2 to 3 billion in the Matrix and Terminator.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah, but 100 million. My numbers will come up. I think I sent you some of them. About at least 70 or 80 million.
Yeah, and you know what I was telling them the other day, because yesterday we didn't go out. I was just like study like for today. So, but when I was typing in the Matrix, looking up different things, Trinity, and you were popping up like crazy. But I don't know if you didn't believe me, but truly in Charleston, I don't know if it's my algorithm, I don't know if it's the location, but it's not the same results. I'm like, okay, it's because we're in Nevada, where more people on the West Coast. My geography
Yeah, this is
bad.
the West Coast.
Yeah,
no, let me help you.
more
We're the
where
West Coast, the same as California. The same
yeah,
time.
up north, West
PST.
Coast, where with people who really knew you in prime core, like early days, who probably can recite this just as much as yourself. I just recently found out about you within these last 2 years, but still beautiful. Like immediately when I found out that this was real, this story is real, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to know all about it, because it's what happened to you is still happening to us every single day.
Well, this is the deal. They didn't steal my work because it's copyrighted and I already owned it. That's why I owned the franchise, because it was just derivative. The movies derived from copyrighted source. So I copyrighted all the movies and took them and entered them into the court system. They sold the money. When you go and do a lawsuit, you're doing it because you're getting the damages. Damages are money.
Right.
That's the only thing they can steal is the money.
Right.
But it was a criminal act because what they did was violated copyrights. That's criminal copyright infringement. It's not infringement. Infringement would be if you and I had a contract together and you didn't abide by the contract, and I would have to sue you for the money. But criminal is when you take a copyrighted book, these all have ISBN numbers, authored, and then you go and make a movie out of any of these books, and well, the feds are going to come and arrest you. The reason why they haven't gotten arrested is because they're commingled with law enforcement, senators, and politicians. They're paying to stay out of jail the same way Al Capone paid to stay out of jail, John Gotti, Whitey Bulger, Bernie Madoff. They all paid to stay out of jail. That's why it caught up with them 20 or 30 years later. Bernie Madoff, he died. He died in jail. I think he went when he was 64, 65. But he had been stealing for at least 20 or 30 years. John Gotti, Al Capone, the same. Whitey Bulger, he had a brother that was a senator that was protecting him. And a boyhood friend that he grew up with became a FBI director. But they made the senator step down so they could get him. And of course, the FBI director was set up his friend and went to prison. And then Whitey and his girlfriend went on the lam. They ran with guns, and they ended up in Santa Monica. Somebody recognized them, reported them to the FBI. They set up a trap to get them so they wouldn't have any gun show or blood shed. And that's what happens when you see the Untouchables. It tells you that. The police commissioner would call Al Capone up and say, "Hey, Al, we're going to bust 2 or 3 of your joints tonight, so make sure you're not there." And this is the police commissioner warning him not to be there, because we have to make it look good to the public that we're doing our job.
Right.
So that's what's going on. That's why they were able to do some of the things that they've done, the atrocities towards people, because they've been paying to stay out of jail. But it comes to a head sooner or later. They capture you, and you end up paying, either by God's divine justice or man's jail. Because look, Al Capone, I think he was in there about 40 years, and as soon as he got out, he died of syphilis.
Oh, Jesus.
John Gotti died inside of cancer. And I don't know what Bernie Madoff passed away, but he passed away and while he was incarcerated also. But I don't know what his sickness was.
Right.
But it caught up with them.
Right. As it does.
Because people say all the time, well, they got away with it. You know, they stole our money. They got away with it. No. I own their properties, $3.5 billion of their properties. I own it.
Right.
They're collateral assets. When I won the court case, they owed me $4.7 billion. And so what I did was lean up their houses, their properties, their holding companies, their entertainment companies. Like right now, Warner Brothers is trying to sell or be sold to Netflix or to the Saudis or Paramount or to some other, I think Skydance, David Ellison, which is Larry Ellison, Oracle is his father. But anyway, they have to pay off those liens. Whoever get them have to pay off the liens. And I own the trademarks to the Matrix and Terminator.
Right.
But 3 trademark law firms have tried to contact me to get those trademarks to the Matrix, because what good is it to buy Warner Brothers if you don't have the trademarks to the Matrix? You can't buy or sell it, and you have to pay off the liens. Then Donald Trump, President Trump comes in, and he says, well, I have to look into the Netflix buy-in Warner Brothers because it could break some antitrust laws. Antitrust laws meaning that it could be a monopoly, a giant octopus with tentacles going here, there, everywhere, and it's a threat to the government. So this is why they break up those monopolies.
Right.
Because they can be a threat.
They ain't doing it enough.
Yeah, and they won't let them buy or sell. They won't let that sale go through or whatever because it's a threat to them. But I contacted Donald Trump and told them that I own Warner Brothers. They have to pay those liens off, $3.5 billion lien, because you can't buy anything that you don't own. Like, You're getting a house from the bank.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a car. They're leaned up until you finish paying for it.
Right.
You can't sell the house. You can't sell the car till you pay off the liens.
Is that the Matrix?
That is the Matrix. That is the Matrix.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to know this
Yeah.
information. I'm serious. Everyone needs to know how it
Yeah.
all works. That billionaires and multimillionaires, they're wealthy because of assets,
Mm-hmm.
collateral. You know, they use that. They can go to any bank and get a letter of credit. They can go to bank and take any of the properties or paintings or bitcoins or gold, silver that they own and collateralize it into cash.
Wow.
They're billionaires because of assets, not because of cash money.
Right.
The common people think of cash money, think everything is cash money, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that at all.
Yeah. I've heard. I know a little something about.
Yeah, I always unplug people and teach them what the Matrix and Terminator really is.
Yeah, and
it's
that's
unplugging you from ignorance and lies. You know what I'm talking about? It's unplugging you to the truth.
and that's what I want you to tell the people how we can unplug. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We still on the third eye manuscript. So I want to know, what was the creative process? How did it come about?
Well,
How?
I've been writing since I was in grade school.
Mm-hmm.
11 years old. Our English teacher got sick, and they got a college professor to teach us English, but he told us, I don't care about English. I'm going to teach you guys how to write, because I'm at the university and I'm teaching writing.
Mm-hmm.
So he taught us to write. So by the time I got into the universities, I was already a master writer. I was already, I skipped high school, but didn't need it because I was reading and writing 3 years old, but I was reading and writing professionally when I was in the 7th grade at 11 years old. So when I had written my first book, I had some of the most brilliant teachers: Max Siegel, famous journalist with the New York Times; Emile Coupoullier, essay author, critic; Big Apple playwright Paul Cherry. These were my teachers. Leon Roth over at USC.
Mm-hmm.
His son is the screenwriter, Airport 79 Oscar winner. My work won 4 Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
But Leon Roth, R-O-T-H, that was one of my teachers.
Yeah, I read that. The dad of the producer of Forrest Gump, was that Eric Roth?
Yeah, Eric Roth.
Yeah.
That's his son.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his dad was one of my teachers.
Great.
And his dad was blown away by my writings while I'm at USC.
So as for the third eye specifically, like, was it just spontaneous, is what you're saying? Like,
well,
it just came?
I saw Star Wars, The Wars in Heaven, and Darth Vader, the devil, how he fell from the light side to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
The devil, Michael, the cherub angels, they were not archangels because that's the size of men. Cherub angels are the giant angels, and they were like Jedis. They covered the throne of God.
Mm-hmm.
So me reading the Bible and understanding the Bible, I wrote my work in science fiction form. It was in science fiction form, but they're still talking about the Bible, Lucas. And Lucas talked about this, in a YouTube interview. They've since taken it down, but he told everybody that Luke and Leia was the devil's kids.
Mm.
Darth Vader, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And that breathing, he was the devil.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I also haven't rewatched Star Wars.
And you saw they had the little metal robots, the little funny clinkety clink metal robots, and that's what everybody got that from H.G. Wells, Star Wars, Lost in Space, Star Trek. But I changed the whole paradigm because Terminator was the first time people had to see a machine wrapped in flesh, killed but cannot be killed, looking like us, and no one knows it's a machine, and it doesn't know to go put on some clothes until someone tells it to, because it's AI, but AI wrapped in flesh, looking like us.
Right.
First time anyone got to see this whole machine AI shift is when I created the Terminator and the Matrix. It has taken it to a whole nother level of the AI and the machines.
And what I think is crazy is that, like, you're on my side of town, But like the people I have encountered who like go so hard about the Matrix, like, you know, I think it was just, it was a staple, like, you know, in, I want to say black community because it was, you know, black superheroes, but
Right.
also, you know, worldwide. But specifically the people who I have talked to about the Matrix, I don't know if they forgot or what, but I don't think people remember that the reason why the Matrix was created was from AI. And when you go and rewatch it now, when we living in times where you type it on Google and AI mode pops up, everything has AI, implementing AI. It's spooky. It's like it's kind of like I don't see how everybody else, like I'm looking around like, is anybody else with me? Like, you know, like how are everybody else not like scared? Like, you know, like, no, I'm not gonna say scared, but like wanting to know more. I'm the kind of person, like when I find out something that moves me, I gotta get to the bottom of it. Even if I don't gotta get to the bottom of it, I want to know more about it. I need to learn it. Like, especially if I'm feeling, because you know, your moral compass, your intuition, our intuition, like when I resonate with something, I have to know why.
Well, I was going to tell you, I created those logos, the binary codes, the 1 and the 0.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the binary codes of the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's raining down in the Matrix. The
Right.
logo, it comes right off the cover of the book. You see the binary codes right in the
Yes,
third
and
eye book. Look at right in front of the book. You see where the binary codes are raining down.
My camera's right here.
The red and blue pill, I'll be back, the dialogue that Schwarzenegger is talking about. The characters, the graphics, the concept, all of that is in the Third Eye Matrix book. So when people read it, they'll see where all of that come from.
Yeah, I made my boyfriend and my best friend watch all the Matrix, well, the first 3 Matrices with me and the Terminators, and they was like asking me what was gonna happen, and I had never sat and watched the Terminator before. Like the Matrix, yes, all of them. Terminator, I was like, okay, you know, had to go refresh my memory.
Well, the Terminator doesn't make any sense without the Matrix.
Right.
You got to see the Terminator first in order to understand the Matrix.
Or just read the books, because if you read the book, because that's what they was
right.
like, what's going to happen? I'm like, well, if it's like the book, then so and so and so, you know,
That's
so like
exactly the truth.
Yeah, that's what I read before I even went back, because even like truthful, 100% all honestly, even me watching the Matrix before, like when I went to watch the Matrix before I read the book and after, 2 total different, like it just hit. Even last night I'm rewatching, I'm studying, and I'm like, ooh, like I'm getting the chills, like listening to certain things. It's just like, are we living, is this what we living right now? Like this is the dates 20 I saw you said that the Agent Smith is a program from 2017. I'm like, we like 5 years, 8 years past 2017. Like we done like,
yeah, but that was in the book and everything. If you're talking about 2017, this was in the 80s.
Right, and
so
this is the spooky part.
You're catching up with the AI.
This is the spooky part. Yes, that's why I'm telling people,
because
like
I'm prophesizing and writing about what's gonna come in the future.
Right. Yes.
But I'm way ahead.
Yeah. And
because you got to realize in 1999 when the Matrix, that's 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
And that's why I'm so in awe. I'm so amazed, because it's crazy. And your average person, like, you know, when I know.
Well, I'm Cherokee and Portuguese. From both my mother and father's side.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather and grandmother came from Portugal, Spanish, speaking Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother came off the Indian reservations of Missouri, full-blooded Cherokee.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't speak a lick of English. So they created a language to communicate when they got married.
Wow.
So it's a combination. And the conquistadors, they got involved with the natives, and this is what you call Seminole Indians. And over in Mexico, it's the conquistadors, or the Portuguese and the conquistadors, the Spaniards, mixed with the natives. And this is where you get the name Lopez and Gonzalez and Garcia and Mendoza, and all of these Spanish names, Estes, they all come from Portugal and Spain. And the Mexicans have those names, and they're speaking broken Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
The real Spanish is Portuguese and Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
This is where all the monarchs, that a lot of them came from over in Spain and Portugal, that sits on the throne of England.
Mm-hmm.
King Charles Stewart, James Stewart. King James Stewart had a daughter named Sophia Stewart, who was a princess.
Mm-hmm.
And Queen Charlotte, they come from Spain and Portugal. A lot of the monarchs. I know you never thought about it like that.
I haven't. It's still.
I'm giving you the connections and what they never tell people.
Right.
I'm
it's a lot.
people in the Matrix.
It's a lot, and that's what I just feel like. Me knowing my awakening has kind of hurt me, that other people can't understand the construct.
Well, they don't know the history in order to understand the construct. Because when you go over to Mexico, there's the Mayans, the Incas, the Aztecs. They're all natives, indigenous. You know what I'm talking about? Then you mix them with Portuguese and Spaniards, Cortez and them, the history. They came over raping the natives. See, there is no such thing as niggers, Negroes, colored people, blacks, Afro-Americans, talking about your hair, African-Americans. There is no land that have those names that are a nationality. When you're born here and we're called Americans, we are Americans. That is our nationality, our nation, our land. But it has nothing to do with the blood. The blood is like when I tell you the Portuguese, my bloodline, Cherokees, that is our blood. When you go into your blood, you find out who you are. Mm-hmm. But we're not the land. We're born in the land. Mm-hmm. So when they gave these derogatory names, that was to separate you from the land. But I don't know why people call themselves these derogatory names, because it's just like you calling yourself a nigger.
Right.
There is no land called nigger. There's no land called Negro, colored. There's no land called no Afro-American, no African-American, no hyphen land or nation anywhere. So if you're born in America, you're born in America. If you're born in Africa, there's a lot of white people that are born there that don't even call themselves Africans. Mm-hmm. African doesn't mean you're black. The word doesn't mean you're black or that you are melanated. That's what I mean, melanated.
Right.
But most people don't know this history. They don't even know what's going on. But there's a lot of Dutch people born over there, a lot of Turks, a lot of Arabs, a lot of Greeks.
Yeah. See, I feel like it's conditioning. I do.
It is conditioning.
It's conditioning.
You know why it's conditioning? Because they want to steal your land.
Right. And
if they tell you you're these derogatory names, and you believe them, you'll leave your land, and then they'll take your land. There are more migrants than immigrants coming to America that was never born in America. And they get more rights, white privilege, than the people who are born here. And the people that are born here don't even know that they're natives, right. Indigenous. They do not recognize their own bloodlines or know about their bloodlines because they've been told so many derogatory things.
Yeah, because I personally remember like being younger, and my grandmas used to be like, I don't want to mess it up, but we basically telling us we're some kind of indigenous from an indigenous tribe in South Carolina. Like
that's right, tribe.
Yeah, and
there are no race.
But it stopped.
Races.
It stopped. It was like after, like, I don't know, as I grew, like I stopped hearing it. Like all I know is black now. Like I didn't really know too much about it then.
Term. So when you use the terminology melanated, I'm melanated.
Yeah.
Melanated means people of color, mm-hmm. whether you're Pakistani, whether you're Arab, Asian, or in East Indian. When you go into these foreign countries, because I come military law enforcement, mm-hmm. my family, and I've been on these bases, and you go into these lands, you see that these people are tribal, and there's a lot of them are melanated.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they do is they show a lot of people in America, the white skins, because they've been like mixed. Because when you go to Europe, when you get with the Portuguese and the Spaniards, they have a lot of European bloods, including the Argentinas.
Mm-hmm.
They look whites. They look like whites, but they're not white. White Cubans, they got white everything, and they also have melanated Cubans, melanated East Indians, and this is what the Somalians was trying to tell people. They were saying, they wasn't saying they were not melanated. They were just saying they were not the derogatory term black.
Right.
Because that's a derogatory name.
Right.
And word.
So what do you think?
And I want to say one other thing.
Okay.
There are no races. The word race is racist. The word race is racism.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into the Bible, we're a tribe. We're tribal. We are tribes.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no race.
So my question was,
It's very
still
deep.
can go from the point you just made. For people who are still calling, and I'm going crucify myself, not crucify. I'm going to put myself out there too, because like we clearly resonate with a certain kind of people, you know, like what would be the best process to help people know who they are, like to learn the history, to fight conditioning, to unplug from the matrix, to...
Well, they need to learn their blood.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take a blood test.
Mm-hmm.
Because the land you were born in is your nationality, is your nation. So when you get your passport and you're born in America, then you're an American.
Right.
If you're born in Spain, then you're Spanish. Has nothing to do with your skin being melanated or non-melanated. Do you see what I'm talking about? It
Yeah, I
doesn't
do.
matter if you're a person of color or non-color. There are people who are albinos that have no color in their skins or their eyes or their hair.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, like the where I'm,
Including
I'm still
animals, albino alligators, buffaloes, lions. Anybody can Google them and see them.
right. Yeah.
Color does not make you a color. It has nothing to do with your color. The skin is, whether you're of color or no color, the skin is an organism. It's a cover. It may be a certain color because of environment to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
But it has nothing to do with your blood. It has nothing to do with who you are. It has nothing to do with you birth when you have a baby. You can be any color and your baby can come out any type of color. It can come out completely white. It can come out albino. It can come out looking like a Turk, a Greek, an East Indian. You never know what's going to come out of the matrix womb.
Right.
Stargate. It's a stargate, a portal. The difference between a man and a woman is not the vagina and the penis. It is the womb.
Mm-hmm.
A woman will have a baby. A man will never have a baby. A man will never have estrogen flowing through his body. He will never have breast milk. He will never have a clitoris, a clit, where the women get their sensations from.
Mm-hmm.
There is no Dr. Frankenstein. Once a man cut off his penis, can give his penis back and give him a implant where you can put the little veins and the bloods, capillaries back together again so the penis will pump up and shoot off the seeds. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Once it's gone, it's gone. And they can't make a woman into a man. There's no way you can give the woman a seed or a penis. It's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So when Trump was saying that everyone should be truthful on their passports and their IDs and stuff, because we're lying if we believe Dr. Frankenstein. We're lying to ourselves. And you can't progress if you lie.
Right.
You can only progress with the truth. You get set back if you're lying.
Pure.
And the Matrix was created to unplug you from the ignorance and the lies and the illusions so people can see the truth and they can progress. You can't progress with lies. You can only progress with the truth. And I had some cousins that were trannies, and I told them, and I influenced them, I told them to tell the truth. I said, let someone accept you for the truth. If you like males, and you don't have to pretend to be a woman, just tell the male you're a male and let him accept you for yourself.
Right.
And that's what one of my cousins did. And he came and he told me, he says, "Cuz, I'm so happy that you told me that, because he accepted me and I didn't have to deceive him. He accepted me for myself."
Right.
And he was very happy.
Yeah. I think that's an important thing too.
Yeah, because it's nothing, if this is your choice in life, we all have free will. And if we choose something in life, we also choose the consequences that go with it.
So you do believe in free will?
Yes, free
Okay.
will is 100. Without free will, we are just robots. Without free wills, we're captives.
Mm-hmm.
Without free wills, we're machines. Without free will, you can't do anything in this world, because not even God himself will take your free will from you. It was given to you, and you're the only one to exercise it, whether it's right or wrong, good or bad, ugly or whatever, sad. You're the only one that has to either win or lose with it. Your choices.
So do you think like how Neo had the power to bring Morpheus and Trinity back, do you think like that is our reality, that we can make any kind of change through intention, through the belief, through faith and intention?
Well, if you believe that you can do anything and you set out, I think that all the forces in the universe or the energies will come together to help you to succeed. It has everything to do with your faith and your belief. What do you believe in? What do you have faith in? How far are you willing to go? What are you willing to do? These are individual questions and individual answers. I can't speak for others, but I can speak for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was chosen to bring God's words into science fiction, movies, and books so man could unplug and decide the truth for himself. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to tell someone, to make atheists out of people or unbelievers. I'm here to tell you the truth so you can unplug and then you decide what you want.
Right.
That's your free will. It has nothing to do with me.
Right. Okay. So I would say, my next question would be, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so for those who don't know, inside the Matrix, there is the Oracle. I'm sure if you're watching this long, you know who the Oracle is in the Matrix. Sophia Stewart herself is the Oracle.
Yes, it's my character.
Yeah, when she wrote it, it was with herself in mind as the Oracle. So, my next question would be, what are the pros and cons of being the Oracle in real life?
Well, this is the deal. I create the character to put myself into my work. Stephen King, Spike Lee, Stan Lee, we all put ourselves in our work. If you go and look at any of their work and look at my work, we put ourselves in our work. We got it from Alfred Hitchcock. We saw him doing it, and I thought that was fabulous. Putting yourself into your work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a wonderful feeling. And I have the gift, like I told you, of sight, because my grandmother being a shaman, I'm a shaman.
Mm-hmm.
I found out my grandmother was a shaman when I was a teenager and stuff, and it kind of like scared her.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was also little, like 3 or 4 years old, I scared my grandmother again because I had an experience, and I was asking her about it, and she was like, "You were just a baby.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you would know that." But I never felt like a baby or never felt like I was in a body. I felt fully conscious. I felt like I could travel and see outside, see everything that was going on, and had full knowledge of knowing what was happening.
So, you've been going into your astral body since
Since
toddler
I was a
years?
baby, infant.
Wow.
My grandmother told me it scared her because it was a really bad storm outside and it was dark and the lights had went out all over the city, and she didn't know how she was going to get any milk to feed me because she couldn't go to the store. And I'm laying on the bed as a baby, an infant on my back, but I didn't know I had a body. And she gave me something to suck on, but didn't recognize that flavor or that taste. So when I was like 3 or 4 years old, I walked up to her and I said, "What is that you gave me to suck on when it was storming and everything was blacked out?" And she looked at me all scared, like, "That's impossible. It just was she and I was the only ones there."
Right.
And she said, "You were just an infant, just a little baby. There's no way you would know that." It scared her.
Mhm.
But I didn't know I was a baby until she told me.
Right.
So consciousness is something. Consciousness means that you are fully aware and that you never have any memories of being a baby, or because I think there are souls that are progressive here
Mhm.
and there are new souls that don't know anything of what's going on here.
Right.
That's what I think.
So, what is your how has you being able, because I feel like it's a lot of people on like who like I believe that people find their ways to the same places through different routes. It's so many people. Some people trauma brings them to spiritual awakening. Some people, like I'm a
Different
learner.
roads. Like you said,
Yeah.
different roads, different routes and different roads, but
Right.
you're gonna get there or you're not gonna get there.
So how has being able to do that affect you in your adult life? Like, how did that come in handy? Like, how was your how was that relationship with your spiritual connection
Well,
throughout your life?
I did an IQ test. My IQ is over 162.
Mm-hmm.
They were blown away when they gave me the reading on my IQ. They said I was able to see three-dimensional. That's a lot of people can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They said I was in the top of the 7% of the world's smartest people, and they were blown away that I could see three-dimensional in 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people can see in 3D. So when they read my book, that book right there, Matrix Evolution, Cracking the Codes,
Mm-hmm.
on page 84,
Mm-hmm.
I'm describing the alien ships that was captured by Homeland Security, the Roswell incident.
Right.
And that book right there, page 84, you open it up, you read it. I'm describing the UFO ship in 3D.
Right.
I'm breaking down how the thrust, the lift, the engine, and it scared Homeland Security because they showed me the UFO ships. They showed me the UFO ships, from classified information.
Mm-hmm.
They said the aliens had died. It was called classified. It was called Silverbug,
Mm-hmm.
from the Pentagon. I'll send it over to you.
Yeah, I actually have that was a point that I wanted to talk about. We just been letting it flow though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but they caught you personally.
Yeah, they were talking about that. They were blown away because they told me that I had solved the Roswell incident.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What do you mean I solved the Roswell? The Roswell incident happened before I was born."
Right.
They said, "Well, we read your book. We have the ships. We've broken them down by aerodynamics, but we didn't know how they flew. We didn't know how they cloaked invisible, and we did not know how they could just project and shoot up like a balloon and be in two places at the same time."
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen UFOs, sightings, and a lot of stuff, how they be here in one spot, then they disappear, and you see them in another spot,
Mm-hmm.
like they didn't move. But I'm talking about all that thrust, and I'm talking about the lift, and I'm talking about, if you open it up and look at it, page 84,
Mm-hmm.
it's all three-dimensional, and it really impressed them. Page 84.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah, it's definitely about the craft. I don't know if this is the one that the page that I had took my notes from the design of the craft. Which craft
That's
is
right.
this?
It's called the hovercraft.
The Dio or
the Dio. It's the Dio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did read it.
Yeah,
You did study.
I read them all. Come on now.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I told my.
Do you
I
know
told
how
my.
many people I interview with and they've never read these books or looked at these
Yeah.
books and they want me to just tell them everything and come on, spoiler.
Yeah.
That spoiler, why not get the book and read it?
Listen, I have been putting in that work, okay? I've been at work reading. When we spoke, I was at my full-time job. I have a full-time job. I work in a lab, and I just, I could have cried. It just felt divine. It just felt so, I was like, I have to do you what you deserve. I have to give you what you deserve. Shout out to all my coworkers. I told them I was gonna shout them out. Shout out to all my coworkers who had to put up with me reading and talking about Miss Sophia. Oh, excuse me, not Miss. I told them that too, so they gonna know. But not Miss. The Sophia Stewart, almost every freaking day in her book, and we literally were having live debates about concepts that we were talking about God being love, if they believe that people can, move alternate realities,
Right, levitate.
Yeah,
move,
superpowers,
energy, yes.
So yeah, shout out to all my coworkers. I love y'all. But yeah, as for where were we? Still on the third eye. I feel like we haven't even gotten into the books. Yeah, we haven't really gotten into the books or the movies, even though it all derives from the third eye.
We might have to do part 2 because Because what time is it?
Yeah,
now?
we have 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes. I'm gonna stop.
Okay. We still have 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to do a part 2, but it's okay because I want to come back to Vegas. I'm telling you, I have to come back.
You're gonna have a super interview.
Yes.
I'm just telling you that. I did the Shawn Michael Kelly show, and 10 million, it went viral, and he got over 10 million hits. I sent it to you.
Yeah.
Over 10 million hits immediately. So this show right here, she's really going into details that a lot of the shows have never, and I've done over 7,000 shows, and I'm impressed with you.
I am honored.
Because you did do your homework.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know exactly. You can throw ma'am out the window because we're in Vegas.
That was the first time. The first time. I
know. I'm just messing with you to make you laugh.
Listen, I was telling them.
People don't know in Vegas, madams is over a whorehouse. A madam,
oh my
ma'am.
Jesus.
There is no respect thing with Miss, because Miss is a single woman that's a debutante looking for a husband.
Right.
They have babies and to get married. And I tell people they would use those terminology during slave terms, that nobody is above us, nobody's below us.
Right.
We're all one. You know what I'm talking about? So I tell them when they start saying Miss Sophia, that's Color Purple.
Yeah.
You're talking about Color Purple movie. I'm not in Color Purple movie. I'm Sophia Stewart, and that's not my married name. My husband's name is something else, and so let's show him some respect.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I was telling them, you wanted me to call you one night, and I was like, I'm nervous. I keep saying ma'am, and it's really not on purpose. I'm like, I'm really not trying to flatter her. I don't want her to think that I'm just sucking up.
No,
I really cannot help it. I couldn't stop. If you're from the South and you watching this, then I'm sure that you struggle just like me. Because
they did. Because
it's so hard.
I got to talk about this because in the South they were taught that during the time of, because it was this human trafficking that's going on right now. There was never any slavery because the president of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, he was a melanated president, and he was on the copper penny facing the other direction from the other presidents. That's how you know he was a melanated president. He was not white. All of the melanated presidents are on the lowest denominations of the money. John Hanson, the first president, $2 bill. Eisenhower, 10 cents. Thomas Jefferson, $10. Andrew Jackson, $20. No joke. I bet none of you knew that.
No, I didn't think. I'm actually just getting into these presidents being black. These presidents being melanated thing, because that has Like we not learning that. Like I like even
there's
when
no
you
one
said
that's gonna
Tesla is
teach you.
also
Tesla's melanated.
yeah. Like I'm watching movies. Like I just watched the whole series on Tesla. It's a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, but it was all black and white.
No, but I'm just saying it was. I just would have never.
He's
I would have
melanated.
never thought.
He died in 1943 in a hotel.
Right.
That's why Elon Musk is using his stuff. If he was white, there's no way Elon Musk is going to use anybody white's legacy. They do not let their legacies be used.
Right.
They do not let you take their properties from them.
They did a number on us. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, no,
they did a number on nothing for us to not come back from now.
Yeah, but this is the deal. We are supposed to research and look up things for ourselves. We're not supposed to be programmed by anybody.
Right.
When there's all this information out here, we're on the information highway. The internet, I tell people, is not. It's a distribution platform for you to make money.
What?
Not the gossip, not the lie on, not to put into windows and a lot of crap. And do not believe anything on the internet. Go to the news archive and get the real news.
Yes. I was I always bring up the time my boyfriend, like when I was younger, I'm raised by my grandma and my grandfather. Like when I had homework and I would like be like, what does this mean? What trying to figure out the answers. We had stacks of encyclopedias, like encyclopedias for days, dictionaries for days,
Yeah,
thesauruses. Like my granny would be like, go get the encyclopedia, go get the thesaurus. Like we do not live in those times. I cannot even get somebody to read. If I say something is juicy, read this book, it's juicy. They still wouldn't even read it. Like, it can save your life. Still wouldn't read it. So it's a lot of people
let
who.
Let me tell you, the books they gave you to read, they have the most magnificent information.
Yeah.
I saw some old encyclopedias. I saw old information. This is why all the collectors, the older the book, the more truth, the more knowledge you're going to get out of. The reprints and what they got out now is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do like the collectors and go and get all the old books to find the truth.
I've been looking for a Ethiopian Bible.
Right.
And I cannot find it for nothing. I was willing to like spend not pretty money, but at least like no more than about $300.
Yeah, but you
I cannot find one. I was trying to like study like etymology of words. I was trying to figure out the best way to do that because you can't really go to school for that.
Right, but if you go to New York City, they have archives where they have old books under glass, and you can find all the stuff that you're looking for, but in New York City's archives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., they got a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went there also, but I'm from New York, and so I saw the archives.
Yeah.
Went to the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. So, yes, you'll find information. There's certain places, key places that have all of that.
Right.
Yes.
Well, yes, I will have to start traveling for the education like how we did this week because it's been hard. But ultimately, I think my faith, it just brings everything to me. Like everything just literally falls to me. I can be thinking about trying to figure out what you meant in the book when you said this and that and third, and then something else will like pop, like everything just comes to me. Like I used to tell people before I ever got on this journey that I'm on still, that I feel like I'm connected. Like things would happen and I would be like, I'm joking with my cousin. I used to be like, yeah, I'm connected. I'm the source. Like, just say things like that. And then like fast forward here, that's why this is means so much to me. Like I'm living, like I'm not crazy. Like, like.
No, I understand.
It just feel good to be reassured. Like, like the 5-day work week, you're not tripping. It's the Matrix. The family trauma, being when you know more and you start like disconnecting slowly from your people, like, oh my God, yeah. It's just refreshing. You don't know what this gonna do for me. Spiritually.
Yeah, I
spiritually.
think it was a great idea.
Yeah, really I'm so glad. And we still haven't even gotten into what we need to be into. we got the introduction down. Who is Sophia Stewart? We talked about motherhood, the third eye. Ultimately, you know, we keep talking about the third eye manuscript, but that's really because it is the blueprint for everything.
Yeah,
Matrix 1, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Resurrection, Terminator 1, Terminator 2. So it's
not for Matrix regurgitation and resuscitation.
Oh yeah, we gonna leave those out.
That is John Wick.
We gonna leave those
that
out.
Is not the Matrix
right.
at all. It's not it.
Didn't they try to get another script though to continue from you? They wanted
the real one, the real Matrix 4. They offered $30 million for the real shooting script, but that script is worth anywhere from $30 to $50 million,
right.
And a lot of people are trying to get it right now.
Right.
In fact, I had a couple of meetings early this morning and today about it.
Oh, so. Yeah. That means the Matrix 4 Evolution, are you still working on that movie?
Well, it's going to come out. That is a feature film, and it's going to come out. I have quite a bit of licensing deals. I have Matrix Animation, the Matrix Attraction, the Matrix video game, the Matrix play. There was a playwright who approached me, wanted to do a play on Broadway with the Matrix. And, of course, the Matrix feature film and the Attraction that the Saudis, Dubai, would love. They love exclusive attractions, and the Matrix attraction is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready for it. I am. That was my little, I got a little sneak peek at the poster, you know. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy for you. I love that for you. Thank you finally getting to roll out with your own.
Well, no, it is my own.
Yeah. Well, it's been your own.
It's a continuation.
Right. You know, but this time do it right. Personally from you.
No,
like nobody's.
No. It is done right because nobody, whether you're the late J.R. Tolkien's Lords of the Ring book, Lords of the Ring movie, the Maze book, the Maze movie, the Gravity book, the Gravity movie, none that is done correctly when somebody adapts into a script and into a movie.
Right.
So they are using your source work. It is done right.
Just with your permission.
No, not with my permission. To pay for it.
Right. Right. But your permission. Yeah. The payment, the permission. Yeah.
To pay for it.
Same sandwich. Yeah. Yeah. But
no, somebody gave your permission to talk and I pay for it.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to give somebody permission. You want to say, hey, let's sign the check.
Right. Yeah. So I love that for you though. Ultimately, you truly deserve it. And I love even more that we bringing this interview to the South. Like, I am so excited for people to learn who you are. Like, it's one thing to say it, but when you see it, like, you know, some people don't understand what they can't see, you know, like, period. Like, it don't go.
Because you read the book.
Yes.
So you know it's more Matrix.
All of them. Yeah. And even the mother of the Matrix, when you hear the backstory, like, oh, speaking of that, I guess why not? We hopping around, huh? So the mother of the Matrix book was written by, I don't know.
Oh, her name is Hallie Zulu.
Hallie Zulu. Okay.
It's my story, and I'm telling her some of the story, and she's writing from that. But she had never written before, and her son told her. His name is Thomas. Well, you know, she met me. And
I thought that was her husband. She dedicated the book to Thomas, and I was like, I got in question marks literally on here. I'm like, Thomas, her husband?
No, Thomas, her son.
Wow. Okay, shout out to Thomas.
Her, Mom, you can write. Listen to Sophia. So I was telling her, and she was writing, and that's why I got the credit because it's my story. Like, she's a ghostwriter, but I gave her credit,
right?
Because I could write it myself. But I loved the way she was honest, and she wanted to write a book, and she wanted to, you know, uplift me,
right?
And so that's her picture on the back.
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah, how she looked.
Wow, I didn't see this. Maybe this is not on the ebook.
Oh no, it's not on the ebook.
Okay, that's why. But I didn't see this.
She's from Africa.
Wow.
Hallie Zulu. That's why she got the name Zulu.
Okay, and I got Denmark. It makes sense because I'm thinking Denmark, like U.S. Is that the U.S.? Geography sucks. Do not. Okay. Yeah, Denmark is. I thought it was in the U.S. though, so that's good to know. So this is beautiful. Shout out to her because even reading it, that's when I had to understand, like, oh, this is from her point of view, and She's just sharing
Just
the
like
story.
I'm telling her the story and she's
Yeah.
writing. And so she wrote it, but it's also me telling her that I'm the source.
So, okay, we getting down on time, so I'm gonna run through some things real fast. So, the lawsuits.
Right.
Let's tell a quick story about how you found out that your work was being infringed. This was
when I saw the movie, like I said in the
you took your friend to the movie
25 years ago when I went and saw the Matrix. I didn't know anything about the Terminator until the FBI told me. The FBI came in on my case. They're still involved.
What do you think God was trying to teach you with this?
He wasn't teaching me anything. He wanted me to deliver a message.
Right.
And he created me for that and prepared me and sent me to the right schools and the right teachers and right everything. So I knew that from the beginning I was chosen to do it.
And you never lost
He said I was
faith?
Job. He said I had the patience of Job. And you remember how Job won in the end. And so he told me I would read the Bible, that I would be Job. So I'm Job.
What did you do to keep you grounded in your faith during this long, lengthy process? Because this started
I was always protected by God and Jesus. I was always protected.
You sound like me.
Baby,
Yeah.
I was always protected.
Right.
I know he's real because a lot of information and knowledge I got from him. It's impossible for me to have won in the courts and to have two judges recused off the bench, a federal judge, a magistrate judge. The mobs have to kill them or blackmail them off the bench, the judges. The Scientologists have to blackmail them off, and all I did was tell the truth. God gave me their secrets, and I put it in the legal brief for the whole world to read, and they got off the bench. And I won 2 default judgments, one against 111 attorneys. The law firm Snow Montague had 110 attorneys plus Matthew Cox, 111. And then I beat my own law firm lawyers,
Right.
6 altogether, because one was defending the RICO law firm. I beat all 6 of them.
Right.
And won 2 default judgments, one against my lawyer because they were all under one contract. So when you get the one, you get all of them.
Right.
And the default judgment against Warner Brothers and the defendants, Andy and Larry Wachowski, James Cameron, Gail Ann Hurd, all of that group, I won against them also.
What is a movie you would recommend viewers to watch other than The Matrix or Terminator?
What movie would I recommend to watch?
Yeah.
If it wasn't The Matrix or The Terminator? What movies did I like?
Or you could do your favorite book. A book that you think everybody.
Comic books. I grew up writing not writing them, but reading them. Comic books. I would have to say the comic books is my greatest influence. Stan Lee. Because I read about Spider-Man, Batman, Iron Man, the Doctor Strange, the Fantastic Four, DC Comics, all of that. So I would recommend the comic books. They were phenomenal.
You are a poet. I saw that you have over 100 published poems.
Yes, I do.
Do you still write?
Yes, I still write poems. I still write Matrix and Terminator. I'm still writing to this day. Until you leave this earth, you are still creating more of your work.
Okay.
It's just like anybody that are singers. They will sing until they leave the earth. You'll keep hearing Prince if he was alive. You'll keep hearing Michael Jackson if he was alive. You will just keep on getting their work until everyone leaves the work. And when they leave, that's the end of that work. Like Stan Lee, he's gone with Marvel, and none of them can do Marvel. They cannot write Marvel. So, man, I knew this was going to happen because I was a big Marvel fan because of comic books. And I knew that once Stan Lee left, that was going to be the end of Marvel.
Right.
Yes.
It's funny you said Michael Jackson and Prince because I have a question that says Michael Jackson or Prince. You can pick both as well. I don't like.
That. You didn't know I could read. I'm the Oracle. I've been answering all your questions before you even get a chance to answer.
That's why I'm like, hey, man.
In the order that you wrote them.
Yeah.
A lady once told me that. She said, "Oh my God, I'm scared of you because all I did was ask you one question, and I had 30 questions, but you answered the 29 of the other questions in the order that I wrote them without me even asking." She said, "That is weird."
That's connection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who would you choose? Michael Jackson or Prince?
About what? Who would I choose?
Just like influence, whichever way you want to categorize.
Oh, let me tell you something. I met both of them.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I met Prince.
Let's talk about it.
Prince gave me a guitar pick. He came up and gave me one of his guitar pick, and my play brother was livid because I told him I wanted to meet Prince, and he set it up here in Vegas at the Rio.
Wow.
At one of Prince's concerts, and Prince was a Matrix fan, and so he came up and gave me the guitar pick. I just wish he could have given it to my brother because my brother, he deserved it.
Was a bigger fan?
Oh, okay. But, and Michael, of course, showed me great love. And if you go into the news archive, you'll see a ton of pictures of me and Michael together. And Michael, oh my God, his voice gave you chill bumps. And Prince was phenomenal. You had to see him in motion, the way he would move on the stage.
Yeah.
So I would have to say I love both of them.
Right. Yeah. And that's okay.
Both of them. There's the greatest talent of all time, both of them.
Excuse me.
And let me tell you something. Whoever killed them or harmed them have to be complete idiots. The greatest music that's never going to come upon this earth again was Michael and Prince and Tupac and Biggie. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And Whitney Houston before she lost her voice. I got to hear her when she was on the drugs and she lost her voice. But I wished I could have heard when her voice was like theirs. But I didn't. It was at BET 300 celebrities. Her voice was already cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are some of the most phenomenal people that you're never going to hear if you didn't get a chance to see them. The greatest in the world. I am not joking.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I see how the people went, raved over them. Like, it was crazy. I recently just told my boyfriend, I came across some old MTV clips of Prince, and just him talking about the people and freeing yourself, and just that revolutionary talk that gets me. I love it, and I was just I want to go back and learn who Prince truly was, because that's definitely before my time. But
he was phenomenal.
All the older ladies, the aunties, the everybody loved Prince. Like, everybody was raving. Is still to this day they talk about him like he. Like how my age talks about, not my age, but the era kind of before my age talks about Michael Jackson.
The generation that you're talking about. But they overextended on generations. Tupac, Biggie, Prince. Because Tupac died when he was 25. And so did one other one die when they were 25 years old. It was two of them died when they were 25. Biggie, I think, and Tupac, they died when they were 25 years old. So they died really early on, but the music was phenomenal. And who they are. I mean,
right.
You're never going to get that ever again.
Right. So I have another question. A lot of people said, was it Daylit that shouted you out on a J. Cole song?
It could be Absol or Daylight.
It was one of them.
Shouted me out on J. Cole, and Big Sean. I met him when he was in Vegas, and he asked me out to dinner or lunch, but I got sick, and he and Will Smith did a Neo and Morpheus tribute of the Matrix, both of them in a video. I'll send it to you. I thought I sent it to you.
No, I don't think I got that one.
Well,
Not that
I'll
one.
send it to you so you can see it. It was beautiful.
So are you teaching, are these people referring to being students of Sophia Stewart as you have something where you are actually teaching people?
I have a lot of students. Yes.
So how does that work? How do you become a student?
Well, they approach me and say, hey, I want to be one of your students. I want to learn that esoterical knowledge. and metaphysical knowledge and technocracy or technology. I'm teaching them all kind of advanced knowledge, and they just come and approach me, and I start teaching them
Okay.
one-on-one.
Well, I might need to approach you after the show, because I mean, I just feel like I have not been finding people who can help, like who can relate to to where I'm at. Like even like, the astral body thing. If I tell somebody, when I tell people in my family like what I can do,
they don't know what you're
they
talking
like,
about.
girl, bye. Like, where you seen that at? Like, and I truly, like, I have been pushed into ways to where I wanted to see for myself so much that it has done great things for me,
They don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want them to. I want everybody, like, I want people to learn.
But they have to learn first by reading and taking an interest in stuff and trying to understand the other experience that other people have here on Earth.
Right.
We all have different experiences, different knowledge, different consciousness, different things that are occurring or happening to us.
But do you think we all have that ability to go within and do so?
If you want to. But there's a lot of people who don't desire to go no further than where they are.
Right.
They're perfectly happy without knowing.
Okay.
The ones who want to know, those are the ones I help.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Guess you can unplug somebody without their permission who does not want to. I have more for you to say.
Maybe it's best because sometimes everything is not meant for others.
Right.
Sometimes to stay safe and stay in your rim.
Yeah.
It's better.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. It could get dangerous.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I have had to talk myself down plenty nights into a feeling of comfort and security and protection.
Yes.
And but it's all from my free.
See, you being a prodigy, you're different. So, when you were skipped and stuff, I pick up you were a prodigy, so you're different. You need to have, look, everyone upon the earth, whether they're in sports or they're in martial arts, Bruce Lee, all of them had masters. Jim Kelly, Jackie Chan, all of them have had masters. Everybody that is going to go further in life in whatever they're doing, whatever expertise they're doing, whatever field they're in, you always have to go and approach a master.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk more. I feel like we getting off of you. We'll talk more about that after the show. We do have a couple more minutes. I just want to rewrap. So once again, why I feel like this interview is so important for the community, for the people, not only because companies and powerful men have been claiming these works that have made billions and millions and impacted a lot of people's lives spiritually. They've been wrongfully claiming it. So to first give her the justice that she deserves, and it's never ending. It doesn't stop in the courthouse. To continue to give the justice that she deserves, but also for the youth, the upcoming youth, the people who might not have the willpower to read these 3 books, just to put it out there. Maybe you get inspired to learn what you can do to learn about this construct that we all are living in. Literally, the Matrix affects us all, and it's real. And I know it's real because I feel it every day. When I be on, I'm not going to get the rant. But yes, it's real. And I just want, just how I said, I know everybody, you got to want it, but I want you guys to get inspired. Just learn. Slow motion better than no motion, however. But yes, this is the third. Oh, this is not the third eye. Yeah. This is the Third Eye book, Where It All Begins, by the Sophia Stewart. This is the outline. And honestly, this is like Matrix. If you want to compare it with the movies, this is basically like Matrix 1, the regular Matrix. I feel like when you get into the evolution of consciousness, this more resonates with the Matrix 2, Reloaded. Yeah, that's where I feel.
Yeah, more new.
Yeah, and
they've never been on any movie screen ever. More Matrix.
buy it. I'm telling you, even if you read the books and then watch, like, the books speak vividly, just as vivid as the movie. And I think you get a little more because these are from the original. This book right here is The Mother of the Matrix. This is just basically giving everybody a rundown on this Sophia Stewart, what all she had to go through, how it all began, the lawsuits. Every single one of these books have the copyright. She has the evidence. The proof is legit in the pudding. Like the lawsuits, the court cases, like the stuff that you might not want to read. You know, like it's all there. The ones that were lost, the ones that were discontinued, the ones that were won. Like it's all in here. It's no holding back. And I think that if you know this and it does not fuel you, the prophetic, the prophetic, how before its time it is. Y'all gonna see that. I can't always find the words for it, but that's how you know it'd be good. That's how you know I'm saying some good stuff. This is way before its time. I think everybody should read, to help us get a clear understanding of how to move forward, how to be better as a people, all these things that we complain about and we suffer from, we might can fix, make better, just by understanding, some things just motivate you to push you to other places, different roads, same path. This is the first episode of the Mentally Emancipated Podcast. I have Miss Sophia. Jesus.
It's okay.
Bad way to end. I have the Sophia Stewart today, and y'all, I'm so grateful, and y'all should be too. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for giving us your time today. Thank you so much for committing to this and following through. Like, you couldn't tell me that I might not have been a tad bit crazy. Like, I started like questioning myself, like, are you really doing this? Like, from a phone call, you never seen this lady. But God, like, I'm telling you, but God, he will lead you. I'm telling you, trust him, because I do. I do, and we are here. Anything you want to say to the viewers?
I just want to say to everyone, get more Matrix, get the books, contact me. I also do autograph books. I do traveling, speaking. I also do, a lot of other stuff, students. So get more Matrix and get in touch with me. And I have a new website coming and some new stuff. And more Matrix is coming. Thank you.
We love that. We are excited for that. Thank you so much. And hope to see y'all on the next episode of the Mentally Emancipated Podcast.
Yeah, excellent job. Excellent.